What is good, boys? In this video, I'm going to be telling you how to be attractive as a guy. And this is not going to be some traditional looks maxing video, although you can looks max to improve your attractiveness. This is going to be completely different. So, if you think you're pretty good looking, but you're not having the success you want with girls, I promise you that it is fundamentally at this area that you need to improve. And that is going to be your mindset. And wait, before you click off, hear me out for 1 second. So, think about the mindset that you have going into an interaction with a girl. How do you feel about your self-image, about your confidence, about the person that you are? That is all the difference that you need. I'm going to give you a quick example. So, imagine you had my week. I'm going to tell you my week. From Monday to Friday, so far, I've made $3,500 this week with my business, maybe more. I don't even calculate exactly. I every day did my morning routine for an hour and a half. I started off the day by reading at least 30 minutes, gratitude journaling, doing an ice bath for 5 minutes, and doing a sauna for about 25. And during the sauna and ice bath, I do guided meditation. Until that point, I don't use my phone for anything else. It stays on do not disturb, and then I start my day. From there, I have a coffee, and I'll either go to the gym or just start my work, depending on if it's a scheduled gym day or not. Think about the confidence I bring into the day from just doing that. And now I go on to have a successful day. I take my sales calls, take my meetings, run my business, and I make a bunch of money, and then I go to sleep at night and maybe hang out with some friends if I have time occasionally, or maybe just watch some TV or some self-improvement videos at the last hour of the day. That is what I do with my days. Think about the confidence that breeds every single day across those 5 days. Whereas, imagine you woke up, first thing you did, you scrolled on your phone, you watched reels, you watched porn, even worse, if you smoked weed, if you just threw on a TV show and did nothing all day, if you played video games, if you ate junk food. That's your reality. Imagine your self-image that you would go into a conversation with a girl, whereas my self-image having had this successful week. That is going to make all the difference in attractiveness. You are going to be a completely different person with the same exact looks if you did exactly what I did this week. The way I feel going into an interaction with this sort of self-image, with this confidence, with this discipline and power of my word and my mind behind me is indisputable. If I get rejected, I don't care because I know I'm the fucking man. I've had a whole weeks of confidence building behind me if I go up and talk to a girl when I'm out on a Friday or something like that, or I'm at a club, or I'm meeting someone somewhere. I have indisputable confidence. It doesn't matter if I get rejected once or twice, and I always succeed. But I will tell you something. I've not always been perfect, and I've slipped up. I've been doing self-improvement for 3 years, and there's certain aspects where you sometimes slip up. It's human, right? I recently had messed up on NoFap like once or twice. It wasn't like full on board, but it was just like Instagram baddies. And I'm not trying to make excuses or anything. It's still a fuck up. But my confidence when I went into interactions after just doing that was so much lower. It was a noticeable difference. So all these things either add or subtract from your self-image. And the self-image is the way that you're going to portray yourself, and you're going to be 10, 100 times more attractive if you do things that build your self-image versus break it down. So, the number one thing you should be focusing on, besides looks maxing, there's only so many things you can do. Once you try out a couple different hairstyles, you either shave your beard or try and grow out a beard, you get a couple different styles that you like to rock, and you're working on your physique. There's not much you can do to improve your attractiveness beyond the confidence and self-image that you have and the levels of communication that you can portray. So I'm urging you to focus less on the physical and more on the mental, because if you improve your communication levels and you can speak clearly, you can articulate your thoughts in a compendious way that people can understand what you're trying to say, and it's very attractive, and your communication levels are just so high where you don't even, it's hard to explain if you don't know what I'm talking about, but high level communication is just so effective for getting what you want. There's nothing you can't have with high level communication, a great self-image, and a ton of confidence. You can achieve anything. So if you want to be attractive, start focusing on those things more than you're focusing on the physical. If you're sitting here mewing for 5-10 minutes, an hour a day, that's not gonna make a difference if you go up to a girl and you still have the confidence of someone who wanks, who watches TV, fucking plays video games, doesn't do anything productive with your life. You're not gonna have the level of confidence and self-image that I have. So that is what I'm telling you to do, is develop the mental and the physical, but focus a lot more on the mental. The skills that you have with your language, with your sales abilities, are all going to translate into having more success with girls. So if that's your ultimate goal, there's many different levels that you need to focus on. The early ones are going to be the physical, yes. But once you get past a certain point, there's not much, like for me, there's not much I can do on the physical that's going to make much of a difference. What can I do? I've got, probably right now, I've been cutting like the last week, freaking 10% body fat. I have a hairstyle that works. I rock a clean shave. I keep my teeth nice and white, as good as possible. There's not much more I can do that's going to make me more attractive physically. But mentally, I still have miles to go. This is the average person. I'm here. I speak with a mentor. I'm paying a lot of money for mentorship to learn high-level communication. My mentor is up here. That's where I'm trying to get. That's what's going to make a difference for my attractiveness. I promise you, the things we're going through that I'm learning more for sales and just being a high-level communicator in life in general are so advanced, and I can already see, based off all the past experiences I've had with girls and the times where I did have high levels of communication, that those are the things that are actually going to make a difference. So first thing you need to do is you need to develop your self-image. So if we're going to break this down into steps, you get the physical dialed in. It's pretty basic. I don't need to make a video on that for you. Then you're going to get your self-image dialed through disciplined acts, sticking to your word, and just having a productive life that's achieving your goals, and you have a purpose and a mission that you're going after. That's how you improve your self-image, and you cut out all the artificial, cheap, instant gratification dopamine activities that you're doing. That's number one. Number two is you develop high levels of communication, whether that means just self-studying, taking on a sales role, however you want to do that. If you want to do cold approaches and practice, fall on your face 100 times and eventually start learning, whatever it is that you feel is the best path for you, that's what you're going to have to go down. Because I've tried all those things. I went out and cold approached every hot girl that I saw when I was first starting on my self-improvement journey, and that's how I broke down that barrier. I took on sales roles, and that's how I started to learn how to communicate effectively. I'm doing mentorship to get my communication to another level. So there's so many different things that you can do, but the first two important things beyond the physical is your self-image and your levels of communication. So if you improve those two things, I promise you, you will be the most attractive in any room that you go into. So if you got any value from this video, like and subscribe, comment down below what you're gonna start doing to improve your self-image and improve your communication levels, and I'll see you guys in the next video.